Okay, so this short video is going to get you started with using QGIS. So you should already have QuantumGIS QGIS loaded on your computer. Here I've got it on the desktop. The program we want to open is the desktop, not the browser. We'll come across the browser later on, but the desktop is the main program that we're interested in here. So if you click on QGIS desktop, the program should open. So here we are, this is QGIS. I'm using version 2.8 here. You may have another version. They are broadly similar. Sometimes things do change a little bit between the versions, but if you download version 2.8 then all things should be pretty similar for you here. Okay, so there's a few things to point out in QuantumGIS. This element here is the browser window. Now this is where we have all of our files located. You can see the various drives on your computer. QGIS will also link to a number of different database management systems. We're not going to be interested in that today. We're going to just be mapping the boundaries that we downloaded a second ago. So I downloaded my boundaries into a folder on the E drive called project folder. And you can see here currently my boundaries are still in their zip folder. So what we want to do first of all is unzip these so that we can use them in QGIS. So if we open up Internet Explorer and we go to our folder, inside project folder you can see these are our boundaries. So they're currently zipped up. We need to unzip these. So if you right click on your zip file, you can use either the built-in file extractor or a program like 7-zip if you have that installed on your computer. I'll use the built-in version here. Click extract all. We're going to extract them into this folder. Click extract, and here we've now got a folder with our boundaries inside. A shapefile, which is the type of file, boundary data file that we've downloaded, is actually a collection of different files. The .shp, this is the bit that people think of as a shapefile, but actually for the file to work we need to have all of the different elements of the file in the same folder. So if you ever move your shapefile around, make sure that you have all of these different elements moved along with it, otherwise the file won't work. So now we have our data unzipped. We can go back into QGIS, and you can see in our browser window we now have the unzipped element of the file in the browser window. QGIS picks up the bits that it wants to use, and the main element that we're interested in here is the shapefile. So if we left click on the shapefile, we can actually drag it down into our layers window, and as we drag it in we can then see that the software will then map our set of boundaries for us. Okay, so now we have our boundaries loaded in. We can move around a little bit. If we click on this hand here, we can scroll around by clicking on the screen. If you want to zoom in on any areas, you can either use your mouse wheel, or you can use these icons up here, clicking and zooming in on different areas of the map. If you want to call out some information on any of these zones, if we click the information icon and click on any of these zones, down here in the results window we can see any values that are associated with the areas that we are